Unrelated to football, but very related to football because people who follow football watch games. They hear the voices of the people who call the games, and one of the most prominent voices is Joe Buck. Finally, we know where Buck is going to be. His partner, Troy Aikman, jumped to ESPN for Romo money, plus Joe Buck jumping to ESPN as well. He had 1 year left on his contract with Fox. I don't know what kind of trade was done. I don't know what cartoon character rights were transferred from Disney to Fox as part of this deal. But they have worked it out, and Buck moves on with 1 year left. And look, Fox has 2 of the next 3 Super Bowls. Fox has the World Series. Buck's walking away from a prime spot to continue to work with Troy Aikman.
Well, and also he's probably going to get a lot of money, right? I mean, if he's going to just do Monday Night Football, and he's also going to get to call the Super Bowl now with ABC, and he gets to continue to work with somebody who he has some real good professional trust and chemistry with and all that, no, I totally understand the move. I think it's certainly interesting. And really, it solves a huge problem for ESPN and ABC of the continual rotating cast of characters that they've had in that booth since Mike Tirico came to our network at NBC, and then John Gruden left the booth to go coach the Raiders again. So, I mean, it's a very interesting move. You know, when you can't beat them, you might as well just rip them away from the people that you can't beat and have them join you.
You know what? I just thought of something. And I'm going to write about this tonight. No, it's not dangerous. No, it's not dangerous.
Oh, when you just think of something, Mike, I don't know, man. You never know.
What does the new ESPN booth, Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, what does that mean for the Manning cast? What will – because surely, Peyton and Eli, especially Peyton, ultra sensitive to how many people are watching us instead of them. Peyton is hyper competitive. And for the playoff game, when people really wanted to focus on football, and also it was on ABC, so it was a bigger footprint, the percentage of people who actually watched the Manning cast was as low, if not lower, than it was all year. It was very, very small. People were primarily watching the main broadcast. And I know personally, I want to watch the game. I don't want to hear people talking about something other than the game while the game is going on. I watch the Manning cast the next morning, and I think it's very enjoyable, but I want to watch the game.
Yes.
And one of the reasons why I think people were tuning in for the Manning cast is they didn't like Steve Levy, Brian Griese, and Louis Riddick. They did not like it. So now that you got Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, and look, there's plenty of people that don't like Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. Whoever is doing the games, there's going to be somebody that doesn't like it. It could be God and Jesus doing the games, and there would be people that did not like it. Right?
That sound like me.
God, Jesus, and John Madden doing the games, and there would be someone complaining on Twitter about the broadcast. Am I right? You know I'm right.
Why is Jesus talking over John Madden so much? Don't they know who John Madden is?
But I really wonder what it's going to mean for the Manning cast, and I wonder how Peyton feels about ESPN deciding to go out and swing for the fences to beef up the broadcast booth to the necessary detriment of the audience for the Manning cast. I'm curious about that because I know how Peyton's wired.
Yeah. I think it's a good point. I mean, I sort of don't really understand why you'd pay all that money to have a Manning cast when you also are paying this much money to have Joe Buck and Troy Aikman do your games, and they're one of the best broadcast booths that's out there right now. So, and they have been for several years. So, I mean, to me, it doesn't necessarily make all that much sense. I'm kind of like you. I mean, if I'm watching the game, I want them to be talking about the game. There were a couple Manning casts where things were going on in the game and like more records were happening. And I'm like watching this thing and I'm like, I want you guys to, at least talk a little bit about what's going on the field right now. And, they're taking shots with the rock or whatever it was that they're doing, which is cool. Like, I'm not really trying to hate on the Manning cast. I'm not, but I think that you were saying at some point, maybe you wrote about it, or maybe we were talking about it on the show, that maybe the Manning cast would be good for something like Thursday Night Football with Amazon, where you've got a different sort of broadcast because it's only on the internet. And, why not have it more centered around something like that, where it makes more sense as an alternative broadcast, at least to me it does, than Monday Night Football, where you've got such I don't know, highly regarded folks in the booth. But I mean, it's not like you won't have that on Thursday Night Football. I don't know.
Maybe they could do a 3-way trade. Joe Buck goes from Fox to ESPN. The Mannings go from ESPN to Amazon. We just have to figure out what Amazon would give Fox. That would be the Fox gets Mrs. Maisel from Amazon. There, boom.
Okay,
we solved it.
Yeah,
we solved it.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.